Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum everyone and welcome to today's vlog. Really hope that you have been well and keeping safe, insyaAllah, until we secure ourselves a house. This is going to be roughly the setup for the subsequent videos. You're going to see this setup a couple of times, but I think most importantly is we get the video recorded, inshallah. So today is super exciting because we are already in the month of Ramadan, and I would love to share with you a couple of books that I have gotten for this Ramadan pursuit, inshallah. No plans of ensuring that I finish up all the books this entire Ramadan, but the entire idea is for these books to accompany me in my Ramadan journey as a reference, as a source of motivation when necessary. Some of them have been pre-ordered a while ago, so now they are all here. Inshallah, allow me to share with you. So this is the entire stack that we are working on. We have a couple of books from Book Depository, a couple of books from local bookstores here in Singapore. Inshallah, you can get access to these books, and perhaps I can link them in the description below. Okay, so the first book that I love to share with you is the book titled Allah Loves. It is written by Omar Sulaiman, published by Cube Publishing. I had this copy of the book, I think a year or 2 years ago. Recently, for a Saturday morning online ladies class, we are actually going through this book. And one of the things that I love about this book is the entire idea of learning how to be those whom Allah SWT loves. And I think this is super important, especially we are now in the month of Ramadan, right? We are taught in our sources, in the Quran, in the Hadith, that the idea or the focus or the purpose of Ramadan is to attain taqwa. So taqwa, usually translated God consciousness, God fearing, God mindfulness, piety. But how I would love to encapsulate all of that is taqwa would mean to attain the love of Allah SWT. So how do I attain the love of Allah if I do not know how? If you want to learn more, I guess this is the book for you, inshallah. It has 30 chapters in total, and then it speaks about Allah loves trust, Allah loves piety, Allah loves consistency, Allah loves beauty, Allah loves cleanliness, and so on. So highly recommend this book. Quite an easy read. If you'd like to inshallah explore the classes together with me, I leave the link in the description below for you to register, and there is so much, mashallah, to unpack from the discussion of becoming those whom Allah SWT loves. Here is the second book. I think I have an idea what's in here. The thing about pre-order is that you need to put in your order, you need to put in your purchases a couple of months before the time of publishing. So sometimes I just pre-order, I get excited about it, but I forget. Okay, so now let's see. Oh yes, it is what it is, mashallah. Are you ready? Ta-da! So this book is a publication done by Penguin Books, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, penguin.co.uk under Rider Books. And I have been wanting to get this book since its announcement. It's called Ramadan Reflections, a guided journal. I really love to practice journaling, reflections in the month of Ramadan, just to be a little bit more mindful and purposeful in my pursuit. Alia Umroyan, I follow her on Instagram. When she announced that she's coming up with a book, and then when she launched it, I told myself, this is a sign, and this is your sign to get it as well. What I really love about this book is that there are, again, 30 topics, 30 chapters that can accompany us through our experience in Ramadan, and it is actually divided into 3 parts. So we have the part about healing and taking lessons from the past, journeying to Allah SWT with presence, planning and moving into akhirah focus. So it's not just a journaling book. It comes with reflections from the author herself. There's a piece where you can perform your dua, and of course, what's a reflection journal if there's no space for reflection and journaling, mashallah. And I think this is super useful for sisters, especially when we are experiencing our menses or period, or perhaps we may be going through something that does not allow us in our capacity to perform our fasting. So sometimes you can feel like you are a little bit disconnected from worship, or sometimes you feel that you are missing out. But then again, when we are on our period, remind yourself that when you are fulfilling the commandment of Allah SWT to not fast, that in itself is a worship, that in itself you will be rewarded, insyaAllah. So this is actually my action plan on the days where I'm on my period, on the days where I'm not able to connect with certain worships in the month of Ramadan. So here is Ramadan Reflections. Again, books are not just purchases, books are investments. So if you're thinking twice about buying books, please buy them, inshallah, if it is within your means. So the next one is from a local bookstore, but the reason I picked up this book is that I love this publication. It's called Dar Asuna publication from Birmingham, United Kingdom. So I got 2 books from this particular publication. So the first one is The Way of the Worshipper, Essential Actions of Devotion to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala by Al-Hafiz Al-Munziri. And then the second one is The Downfall of Muslims and the Solutions by Imam Muhammad Nasiruddin Albani. If you take a look at the names, right, of the authors, they are actually our past scholars in Islam. They, explored issues surrounding the Muslim community at that point in time. But most times their writings are either in the Arabic language or in the language in which that they grew up with. Dar Asuna is providing us access to these pieces of knowledge, but at the same time it is in the language that we are comfortable with. So the next time you go to an Islamic bookstore, I highly encourage you to pick up those books from this particular publication, because so far most of the books that I have read from their publication has been useful. It has helped me a lot in my classes, and of course, first and foremost, right, helping me with my own faith, my own understanding, and my own growth in terms of my religion as well. I have yet to unwrap this. Super excited. They're not thick anyway, right? So super excited about this. Perhaps I can share more about these books when I read it, perhaps on Instagram. So if you're not following, please follow at Nohidaaz, insyaAllah. I'd be more than happy to share my reading experience on that social media platform. Okay, so the next one is yet again from Dar Asuna publication. Okay, and it is actually focused on the classic collections written by Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah, and this is Remembrance of the Most Merciful. MashaAllah. One of the names of Allah SWT that I really love is Him being Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, the most gracious, the most merciful. I think we hear it a lot of times, more than we can ever imagine. But if only we delve deeper into the concepts of Allah's mercy, it really helps to frame the way we view life, the way we view commandments, the way we view how Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has arranged, certain parts of our path, and knowing that everything that happens, everything that we experience comes from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the most merciful. And when we understand that He is the most merciful, then that is where we also realize that there is mercy in every experience, there is mercy in every commandment. So yeah, again, another book I have yet to unwrap it, but super excited for this one because it is really a purposeful read. Even if you take a look at the back, it speaks about the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions about Ana inda zanni abdi bi, I am what my servant thinks of me, and about how we can work towards closeness to our Creator. Highly recommend, insyaAllah. Next one is a tiny book that I randomly picked up titled Farewell, and it is the last sermon of the Prophet ﷺ, written by Hasib Noor under Tertib publication. It's called the final sermon because it was a sermon that was given by Rasulullah ﷺ, and subsequently he passed away afterwards. And when we speak about final messages, final reminders, final notes, usually what we want to leave behind, right? We will ensure that it is of importance. We will ensure that it is of something that will bring benefit, that will leave some form of legacy. So that is how I view, the last one of the Prophet ﷺ. It's good to have this pocket version of the sermon to actually read more about it and to also understand, you know, the stories that came to inspire this particular sermon of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And best part, in his last sermon, he also spoke about the rights of women. He also spoke about the rights of Muslims, and he also spoke about the importance of fulfilling one's rights over the other. Okay, Bismillah. Last but not least is a book, yet again from Book Depository. It came at different times, but again, same struggle, not knowing the content, sort of. Okay, so this book might not be an Islamic read per se. It's a book that I have been wanting to get. If you're familiar with this author, her name is Morgan Harper Nichols. Oh, mashallah. Here it is. Titled, You Are Only Just Beginning. So the way I view Ramadan is that Ramadan is always a new beginning, a new fresh start for us to prepare ourselves, make full use of this particular month so that it can accompany, you know, the positive habits that we have built, the good deeds that we have done. You know, these are things that can continue to accompany us, you know, for the next 11 months, insyaAllah, until we meet the subsequent Ramadan. She has published, you know, her own books that speaks about the journey of the past, the journey of the current, and here it speaks about finding the courage, right, to move forward, you know, lessons for the journey ahead. Basically, really love her mixed media approach to things, which includes reflections, poetries, and beautiful imagery. Really looking forward to delve into this. Although this won't be a priority, my reads in Ramadan, but I think when I want to like switch up certain reads and just want to get a little bit of a refresher, maybe I can explore these books, inshallah. But of course, this book can accompany me for the rest of the year, inshallah. Okay, alhamdulillah. So that is all for today's Ramadan sharing, Ramadan book haul. I really hope that it is beneficial for you, and if you are looking for any inspirations or any book ideas to pick up this Ramadan, I hope this couple of reads will be beneficial, inshallah. Again, I will be sharing the links in the description down below if you'd like to explore this book. So that is all for today's vlog. I want to also take this opportunity to mention Ramadan Mubarak to all of you. May this Ramadan be better than the previous one. May we be reminded of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throughout this entire journey, and always remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appreciates process more than perfection, because perfection is something that we cannot attain. Perfection is only something that belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah. Oh yes, one more thing. If you have your own recommendations for the Ramadan reads, feel free to share with me on social media, or if you'd like to leave a kind comment on this YouTube video, then feel free to do so, inshallah. Okay, take care everybody, and Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.